trying to do here is that if you think about a child, right? A child has a multiple needs, both on the physical and mental side. And when we all are growing up, and we were all children at one day, right? So we all those needs to come together. So for example, if I am a child, I am not able to speak well. If I am a child, I am not able to have do things by my hands or by my like I am not able to walk properly. I am not able to do my day-to-day work. Right. So those are the things where you require more neurodevelopmental support. Now this neurodevelopmental support can come in multiple aspects, and that's why you will see this Sunshine by Lissun covering all kind of aspects. So it could be behavioral things where I have to work, a child may need support on his or her behavior. It could be related to speech issues, where a speech therapist comes into the picture. Or it could be things which are related to fine or gross motor skills, and occupational therapist comes into the picture. And where or sometimes I have some learning needs or certain level of support I require, a special educator comes to the picture. Friends, what happens most of the places you don't have all these needs coming at a one place. See, when you go to a school, you don't go just and study mathematics in one school, you don't go study science in another, or English or language somewhere, or local language in some other, right? You provide all comprehensive things. Right? I am, for example, an engineer, but right now I am talking to you in English. So all of the things I have learned at the same place. So similarly, for a child to grow and to get a beautiful childhood, especially if there are certain special needs he or she have, all kind of these things needs to come together, and that's where the Sunshine by Lissun comes into the picture. We are one of the largest chain in India from the geographical expansion. We are in Delhi NCR, we are in Jaipur, we are in Kota, we are in Lucknow, we are in Hyderabad, we are in Pune, and we are obviously in Bangalore. Bangalore, we have now 5 centers. It is our second largest city after Delhi. And obviously we have got a tremendous response. That's where we started with 1 center. Now we have 5, and we will continue to expand quite a bit more. Overall, now we have around 22 centers across the country. We should be having 40 centers by the end of next year, and we are very committed to expand more in Bangalore. We are very committed to expand in Delhi NCR and many other cities like Pune, Hyderabad, etc. And our whole vision is to actually solve this problem. Our therapists, our digital products, they can also provide lot of support at home. And through you, friends, right? Because you take our voice to the people. You are the voice of the people. Press always is. A parent has an equal or maybe more important role in this journey, because what our esteemed therapist can do in this center for some time, for an hour or two in a week or 3 maybe, right? Lot of things a parent has to do at home, and that is where we don't leave our parents alone at home. We have very strong digital products. We launched our specific AI product for parents to support their children on 10th of October on the Mental Health Day. It's called Ray AI. And we will continue to invest in technology. We will continue to invest in our centers. We will continue to invest in our therapist manpower to bring the best possible experience to the child. So that's all from my side. Just a short. We are now 4-year-old in this. We started on 15th August 2021. We are physically in 20 plus cities. We are digitally in 45 plus cities. We have seen more than 100,000 people in some way or the other we have supported, because we work with children, we work with adults, we work in education, we work in corporates. We work a lot, for example, with adolescents who are preparing for entrance examination like JAIN, NEET, CAT, etc. right, across the country. And overall plan, as I told you, to be in more cities and more centers across the country. So that's our thought process to solve mental health at scale in India. I will open to questions, but I would like to invite Dr. Rachna here, and she can specifically talk a little bit more how to identify, because I am an engineering MBA, right? So she can talk a really bit more how to identify, early signs for autism and ADHD and what a parent can do.
So most times the child is not responding to their name call, and they're not looking them, they're not making eye contact. and they're just moving their body, they're switching on and off the lights like repeatedly. Some repeated movements, like shutting the door with like a lot of sound. If the cooker whistle sound comes, they're closing their ears, or any vehicle zooms past them. So all these. But majorly parents do come in telling you the child is not responding. The people around us, our neighbors are questioning me. The child is 2.5 years old. Why is my child not talking? Or they're not able to tell hi or bye. They're telling hi bye in a different way. Major one is they don't call us Amma or Appa. That is when they come in and they're like, this is what is happening. My child is not able to tell these. What can we do? Right now, majorly what we're seeing is screen time. So parents are busy, so they give phone, tab, TV to the child, and they're gone for hours. So kids now have been averaging around 4 to 6 hours of screen time throughout the day or whenever they're eating. So that is something parents are doing to make their life easier. And one more thing is parents. So we have to ask for things, right? If we are hungry, we have to go ask our parents or grandparents. I want food, I want water. So since parents think that's a bit work, so they've made a schedule for the kids. They provide it timely. There's a bottle that is kept. Okay, the child has to go drink from that bottle. So what happens now is you're not creating a demand for the child to ask. You're just readily providing them materials, which means they're not asking, and basically that is major thing that is needed to build language. Like during COVID, if you were living alone, obviously you didn't talk to a person like physically. Maybe you were connected via calls and all. So it didn't give you that need to go around talking to people, neighbors. So that's something we tend to tell our parents. So we do a consultation where we ask parents, okay, how is it going? What are you doing? How much time are you spending with the child? All that. Based on that, we do assessments, we give them reports, we explain what's happening with the child, how they can help a lot. And that is when we make a therapy plan for the parents. And we do provide them time in between so that they can also practice at home. And some parents do practice, some parents can't. And
Of our survey, we just wanted to tell you about Sunshine by Listen. We focus on neurodevelopmental delays, but as I told you, Listen works with adolescents as well as with the child and adult. So specifically, we focused a little bit on the child side, and we did this survey. And this question we asked: do you think your child spends too much time on screen? And you will not believe 48 plus 36. More than 80% parents do think. I am also one of those parents who think that their children spend more time. And and this is from parents, right? But the sad part is that 40% of those 80% people say they are not able to actually control it. So that is one of the things we teach our parents, like how to do it in a productive and a constructive way. So that is, for example, one of the things that we have found out in survey, and as I said, like our esteemed therapists work on that. Also, this survey actually was not only about children who have special needs; it's for every kind of children. It was also about like how the society can come together, and obviously, in addition to a therapy center like us, or for that matter. Family school has a very large role, right? Children spend a lot of time in school, right? So there was obviously certain expectation. What I really like personally is that a lot of parents are thinking about spending, asking schools to provide mental health counselors, good 27-30%, and other 30% also want to mental health awareness programs to happen. So that is actually a good positive outcome where parents are open to admit that you don't need support only when something bad happens, right? You need support not for the bad things to happen. If you think about physical health, right? We don't only want to go and do good things with our physical side of the body when we are sick, right? We want to prevent sickness. So similarly, we want our kids to be mentally and emotionally healthy. So we have to do something in advance. So similarly, for that, I am happy to share that that is something they want from the schools. We work also very closely with the schools, right? But one thing which is concerning is that not lot of us are talking to our children on on their emotional wellness needs, right? Generally once in a month, once in a week, maybe in certain cases, right? Because we think only then we can do it, right? When something happens. So you have this booklet, you can find out a little bit more. Some of the questions I just wanted to share with you. That how the overall the parents who comes to our centers, or through that we did this survey. And I think as a whole we have to talk more about it, right? Recently even Government of India appointed Deepika Padukone as the mental health ambassador. It is just like physical health. We don't mind saying that I have this physical health issue. I think we should not have any issue talking about the mental health, which goes hand in hand. If you are physically very sick, you will not be mentally very happy, and if you are mentally very sick, you will not be physically very happy. Right? So it works in tandem. So I think my concluding point is that all of us as a society needs to come together, whether companies like us who are trying to solve this problem, or the parents, or in general the schools, or overall any part of the government. It's a much bigger problem than anyone can really think of, and I think it's a big time, very important that all of us seriously and genuinely come together. And like many other problems we have solved in past, I'm sure we will be able to solve it as well. I'm a hopeful person. Thank you very much.
ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದೇ ಸರಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅಳೋದು, ಜ್ವರ ಬರೋದು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಹುಷಾರಿಲ್ಲನಾಗೋದು, ಮತ್ತೆ ನೀವು ವಾಪಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಆದರೆ ಸ್ಲೋ ಆಗಿ ಓಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟೊತ್ತು ನೀವು ನೋಡಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು, ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವೇನಾದರೂ ಬುಕ್ ಓದೋಣ ಅಥವಾ ಪೇಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ, ಕಲರ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ, ಆ ಥರ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಆ ಥರ ಇಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೇ ಸರಿ ತೆಗೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಹುಷಾರಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮತ್ತೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಫೋನ್ ಕೊಡೋದು ಅಂತ ಮತ್ತೆ ಒಂದು ಆ್ಯಂಗಲ್ ಬರೀ ಒಂದು 15 ನಿಮಿಷ ಪರ್ ಡೇ, ಒಂದು 15-20 ನಿಮಿಷ ಇದು ಓಕೆ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಟಿ ವಿದು ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಬರೀ ಒನ್ ವೇ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಶನ್. ಇವಾಗ ನೀವು ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ನಾನು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಇವಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಟಿ ವಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಬರೀ ನೋಡ್ತಾನೆ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ನಾವು ತಗೋತಿರ್ತೀವಿ ಹೊತ್ತು, ಬಟ್ ನಾವು ಹೇಳೋ ಅಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರು ನಮ್ಮ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಆ ಥರ ಇರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾನೆ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಜನ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬಂದು, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ಇದನ್ನ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಇಟ್. ನೀವು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ನಾನು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ? ನೀವೇನು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿದಂಗೆ ನಾನು ಏನೋ ಬೇರೆ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅದೂ ಒಂದು ಇಶ್ಯೂ. ಇವಾಗ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಬಂದು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋದು ದಟ್ ಇದೇ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ, ನಾವೇನೋ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ, ಅವನೇನೋ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ನಮಗೆ ಅಂತ. ಹೌದು,
ಕೆಲವು ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗಿಂತ ಟಿವಿ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೇದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ.
ಇವಾಗ ರೈಮ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಬಟ್ ಟಿವಿ ಸೀರಿಯಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಟಿವಿ ಸೀರಿಯಲಲ್ಲಿ ಡೈಲಾಗ್ಗಳು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಎನ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋರು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಮೇನ್ಲಿ ಏನೇ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದರೆ ವೈಟ್ ನಾಯ್ಸ್ ಆ ಥರ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡಿ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತೀವಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೋಟಿಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ.